You're listening to E-Commerce Fastlane, episode 17.
Welcome to E-Commerce Fastlane, the podcast show to help you build, launch, grow, and scale a wildly successful e-commerce company. Listen to real conversations with proven practical strategies and success stories. Learn how to generate more traffic, more sales, more profit, and customer lifetime value for your Shopify store. And now, your host and e-commerce entrepreneur, Steve Hutt.
Hey there, it's Steve, and welcome back to another episode of the E-Commerce Fastlane podcast. Now, if this is your first time listening, this is an e-commerce show where we have honest and transparent conversations about building and thriving online with your store powered by Shopify or Shopify Plus. Now, new episodes are available each week in iTunes and Stitcher, Google Play, Spotify, or you can sign up online at ecommercefastlane.com and you can be notified when new shows are being released. Now, in today's episode, I'm going to pose this question. Why is Omnichannel the holy grail of marketing automation? And that question, I think, is going to be answered today. You're going to learn what Omnichannel actually means kind of in the marketing automation sphere and kind of how it helps kind of expand and target your reach and kind of retain more customers, which can, in the end, will generate more revenue and kind of lifetime value for your Shopify store. And so today I'm chatting with Rytis Lauris, who is the co-founder and the CEO of a marketing automation platform called Omnisend. And it's exciting to have him on the show. So Rytis, welcome.
Hey, Steve. Nice to be here.
Oh, my pleasure. And, you know, this is very near and dear to my heart because it's one of the topics that comes up quite a bit in my conversations with clients and merchants is I ask the question about email marketing and kind of what they're doing. And a lot of people have a lot of cursory knowledge about the benefits of having an email marketing solution. But I think in today's episode, I think we're going to dig even deeper than more than just kind of having some of the basics in check. I think there is a lot of other strategies and tactics that can really help elevate a brand. And I'm excited to kind of dig into that. But just before we do that, I would love for you to tell me a little bit about your entrepreneurial journey so far, kind of leading up to being involved in kind of building out this Omnisend platform.
Yeah, absolutely. So actually my business journey has started more than 15 years ago, establishing and running various different kind of businesses. Usually it was more standard kind of businesses, not digital ones. But with Omnisend story began in 2013 and e-commerce expo London actually. Then at that time I used to run a digital marketing agency serving different kind of clients, building websites, doing some Facebook ads, banners, including email marketing. And together with my co-founder, we were visiting at that expo, and we saw, look, there is a specific need for those who are selling stuff online, for online merchants. They have specific need, and none of that time existing email marketing tools are serving specifically them. So that's how we came up with the idea to launch, at that time, easy to use and affordable email marketing platform for online stores, mainly for merchants, those small and medium ones, mainly starting ones. And yeah, so in about 1 year, we have launched a platform named Soundest at that time, and we have grown up together with our customers from serving really small merchants to serving larger brands, and from merchants to marketers, and the journey was kind of reflected by our rebranding, which took part November 1st, 2017. So last year we have rebranded to Omnisend, which really reflects our new approach and our new belief into like marketing automation and helping larger established businesses to do better marketing with automation, with deep segmentation, data-driven, and cross-channel, which is the most important thing, just forgetting email as a sole channel and expanding it cross-channel.
Yeah, that makes sense. As I mentioned at the top of the show, it's like the whole marketing automation topic is very top of mind from the people that I talk to and even former guests and stuff that I've had on the show. And so, how is Omnisend kind of different? Because there's quite a few solutions out there, some legacy partners and some different solutions that are out there. What is kind of differentiated, now that we've kind of moved from the Soundest brand, moving over to Omnisend, and then obviously there's a roadmap, and you're pivoting, and there's some unique things about your platform. And is it possible to kind of share some of those benefits today?
Definitely. So at the very beginning, we kind of launched Omnisend with a unique angle that automation is the future, and traditional email marketing is not working, is not efficient anymore. Although there are still a lot of online stores who are doing those bulk email campaigns, sending email blasts, etc. So we have launched that idea, and so. We really believe that rich customer behavioral data merged together with browsing data, which we are able to extract from Shopify due to our deep integration together with a snippet which is embedded onto your front end, really enables us to hyper target your customers with the right message. And moreover, there are other solutions offering this kind of approach and this kind of solutions, but the key difference when we talk about Omnisend is that a part of that we are enabling marketers to do better automation cross-channel. So a part of email, just sending email, it's text messages, Facebook custom audience, and Google customer match sync, as well as like Instagram and YouTube and Google Display Network, or like Gmail ads being already live, and like Facebook Messenger and push notifications, which are coming later this year. Till the end of this year, all of those channels will be live in the single tool. So that's a key difference comparing to any other player in the market.
I see. So basically omnichannel kind of approach. Basically, that seems something new. It seems quite interesting that you're able to kind of package up a lot of these interesting channels kind of all together into one solution. So, what would be kind of the main benefit for e-commerce merchants by having all of this available in one platform?
So, email, it was always about retention. And here at Omnisend, we strongly believe that, retention is much more cost efficient comparing to acquisition. And we have analyzed our larger customers, which are already like sustainable and established businesses data. And we came up with one surprisingly low number, I would say. Taking the entire database of contacts of email addresses which online stores have, and we analyzed how many of those have opened at least one email, either bulk campaign or automation, in 3 months. Okay. So it's only around 17%, as low as 17%. So on one hand, you kind of have a huge asset, email addresses in your mailing list or in your database, but you are able to reach very small amount of them. And you kind of lose the opportunity to really retain your already existing customers. So that's why adding other channels really help you to expand that potential reach. And for example, having email addresses as unique ID across the web and synchronizing in real time with Facebook, with Google Ads, it's really enabled you to use those email addresses in the most cost-effective way. For example, if I'm able to reach the customer sending emails, of course, it's the most cost-effective way. If I'm not able, so then only then I'm showing like Facebook ads or Google retargeting ads to that specific person, not wasting my marketing budget, And so marketing automation is always about like reaching your customers at the right time with the right message. So we are adding one more angle, which is very important as well. It's reaching them on the right channel.
Right.
And one of the example can be like, for example, shipping confirmation email. Usually, online stores, they are sending emails. Just, okay, we've got your order. Your order has been dispatched. So thank you. What is your feedback? And it's a really great place to upsell. And even though no consent is being needed to send that kind of messages. So adding, for example, text messages or Facebook Messenger messages on top of that will help you really to increase the reach of your existing customers.
Right. So it's interesting because you mentioned about the whole complexity part, because that's the one thing that I'm thinking about now, is that you've put a lot of great connections as omni-channel connections to different kind of channels and stuff. You're right. That's the same research that I see too about the open rate and the click-through rates of email is lower than expected. But then having, as you said, having an ID, a unique ID across the web, and being able to go into Facebook and Google and whatnot, I think it's very interesting that it's all kind of as part of one tool, because I find that some of my merchants and clients, I find their tech stack to be a little bit complex and a little bit disjointed, because they'll have an email marketing solution that does something, helps them with email, but then they have an SMS solution. They've got something going on with retargeting. They've got something going on. There's always a bunch of different things happening. You're not sure if they're all talking to each other, and they're not all kind of unified into one solution, which is, and I think it's the reason why you changed the name and why this is all kind of coming together in a proper marketing automation solution, a complete solution. And I really appreciate that. And maybe we can, I don't know if you can share with the listeners about just, the complexity part. Like, am I off topic saying that, hey, the platform has lots in it, but is it complex, and and would it be easier to have separate applications like a lot of my merchants have, or can you see the benefit now and how you've architected Omnisend now with a lot of these kind of pre-built in together?
Yeah, you're absolutely right. And actually, the current situation that everyone is more or less like using all those different channels at some extent. But as you said, this is a challenge for those different solutions to talk to each other. So I would say that they are never talking to each other.
Yeah.
That's a current status in the market. Yeah. So like if you're doing like Facebook retargeting and Google retargeting and email marketing and sending SMSs via different tools. So usually you're losing opportunity to do it in the most cost effective way. But you are not sure about it's one thing, and another challenge is really the attribution. So which channel did really work? Because usually it's still like last click attribution, and then you can see the same conversion being marked for like email marketing, for Facebook ad, and then for SMS message, let's say. Yeah, so having all is so we strongly believe that having it all in one tool really simplifies that and helps you to really use and utilize the benefits of all those different channels. And like complexity, you're right. At the very beginning, I have told you that at the very beginning of Soundest at the time, we had this vision to make it super easy to use solution. We still stick to that, and we believe that we should provide with a tool which is easy to start. It's a bit more difficult to master, but it's always difficult to master anything in your life. So for like migration period, when someone is migrating from different other tools and just starting, it's really like easy to start benefiting from this omnichannel stuff. And of course, it takes time for you to master it, but I guess it's the way it should be.
Yeah, and I guess that does make sense though, because it's like the current method is by adding on additional marketing platforms or apps, and the merchant or client's kind of making the decision, saying, "Hey, I want to get involved with some retargeting," and great. So then they go down that journey of learning and executing based on a separate app to do that sort of thing, and they keep adding on as they get more mature. So I guess it sounds very similar to what Omnisend is saying. Hey, listen, we have a lot of these connections are ready for you when you are ready, and then when you are ready, go ahead and turn that on and go down that journey of activating it and then executing on it.
Yeah, that's correct. Yeah. And the best that you can put it on a single flow and have more like customer journey approach, not different channels approach.
I see. Okay. So let's talk about some automation and some workflows, because, I tend to share a lot with my merchants about these different sort of kind of flows or sequences and things that you may want to turn on with whatever solution you choose. And maybe I can get you to share a few that work really, really well.
Yeah. So definitely like abundant cart reminder, cart recovery, how we call it. It's the most popular, and it's kind of became a default. So it's still really super effective. For example, like Snatcher, one of our client, really, really large client, made hundreds of thousands in US dollars just using this single automation. But what we've done, that then we launched like browser abandonment. They have added another flow on top. So the best accuracy when you have, and the highest intent when you know the exact person who has added something to a shopping cart. But if you are not able to identify that person adding, or maybe the one has not added anything to a shopping cart, so there is another automation which identifies that, for example, Steve was browsing product A and product B, and after that sending browse abandonment emails and browse abandonment messages via different channels, reminding that, okay, you were looking at those products, and adding a recommender on top, and you may also like those products, which are somehow related. And and another, like, the most effective workflows are kind of like which are customized according to your needs. For example, we have a client, the cake store, which is really like established a business for more than 100 years in the market. It's a family business here in London, and they were sending like bulk campaigns, which were fairly effective, but their use case is so different that usually people are buying cakes for some occasions, and those occasions tend to happen like annual usually. So what they've done, that they made a custom workflow that they are sending a reminder that, okay, we know that new occasion is coming in 2 weeks, just after 340 days after the last purchase. And it's so effective that it has increased conversion rate by 32 times.
Wow.
Well, comparing to just simple campaigns.
Right. And it's kind of funny that you mentioned that, because in my previous startup in the contact lens business, that was one of the challenges that we had. We knew that the product was consumable, meaning that, you could wear contacts for, 3 to 6 months, depending on the type. And it was imperative for us to figure out a solution to how do we delicately and gently remind them that their contacts are likely running out. And at that time, we're talking 2009, 10, 11 in that range, there really wasn't a great solution out there to automate the process of reminding them, hey, we think your Acuvia Oasis contacts are running out because you bought them here and they have a shelf life of this long. Or even like in the supplement market, imagine people selling supplements and getting a 90-day supply or 60-day supply. And how do you remind them? And that was the challenge we had. We had to actually, just in the order, we had to put notes in there of a order reminder note inside the order. And then we had to then just run a report once a week and then export them out to then go and send these messages. So there was no kind of automated process. So it's great to see that Omnisend has a solution now that you can kind of create your own kind of, custom kind of automated rules based on your business. If it's a subscription-based business, if it's just like a one-off, or in this case, like the cake idea, or hey, you know what, or there's other opportunity. Maybe there's certain particular dates that are important: Mother's Day, Father's Day, certain types of anniversary. There's so many different opportunities of almost having a one-on-one relationship with your customer.
Yeah, definitely. It's all the idea of like automation and all those personalized messages is really to get out of spray and pray kind of messages to really, hey, I know you. I try to know you better as my customer. I want to serve you better. So that's the key idea. Yeah. And definitely, there's a solution for that.
So, are there any other what other workflows that you feel are of powerful use case that you can kind of share?
Order updates, I would like to mention, like order updates. They're really great to upsell, and they can really be done cross channel. Like not even sending like emails, but sending text messages, and sending Facebook Messenger messages, etc. So what's good with them, I know that like for US-based companies is not that important, but it's getting more and more about like data privacy. So and GDPR, like European kind of stuff. That it requires you to have this consent, or there might be a contract. So this is like order updates. It's a part of contract. You shouldn't have a consent. So again, about reaching more of your existing customers with an upsell message. So that's the flow, which is very effective as well. It really enables you to reach a bigger audience comparing to your subscribers list.
I see. So I'll pivot over to another question, more about kind of the segmentation of these customers. We're kind of, we briefly touched on the whole one-on-one kind of marketing, but segmentation is definitely a topic that people are discussing, and it's a core concept inside Shopify about tagging customers and being able to use that data accordingly. And so, do you have anything that you can share about kind of how Omnisend is helping merchants basically segmentation of them, and then how they're able to execute on these different segments?
Definitely. So due to deep integration with Shopify and Shopify Plus, so we have a really powerful segmentation tool within an Omnisend. So it allows to really create specific specific audiences based on their behavioral data, like purchasing behavior, which we get from your online store, combined with browsing data, which we collect ourselves. And it's really like really specific segments might be created. And here on Omnisend, we, based on those segments, we not only allow you to send emails, but we allow you to share those segments to Facebook, to Google, to really, again, expand your reach and target specific groups which you would like to target. As I have already mentioned, for example, just target those who have not read your emails for some time, or just launch some reactivation, for example, campaign, which usually reactivation campaign done via email is not that effective. But reactivation campaign combined like email with Google ads, with Facebook ads, Instagram, YouTube ads, is much more effective.
Right. And it's funny about I always think about these flows and segmentation, because there's a few that kind of come to mind too that I tend to talk about quite a bit, but a lot of my merchants or clients are not implementing them. And things like a welcome sequence. As interesting as it is, a lot of people don't have it. Like just even creating an account and just a personal recommendation from or a welcome from the owner or someone from the brand. I think is quite powerful to kind of building a brand, is by having a nice welcome sequence, or things like win back. I know you kind of mentioned it, but like it's just someone makes a one-off purchase. It's great that Omnisend would have the opportunity to be able to, well, how do we win back these customers where they only made one purchase? I think that's interesting that you're able to send an email out or omnichannel sort of messages going out and saying, hey, you made this purchase back here, or only one off, and it's a new season now, or whatever the dates are, and then you're now communicating with this merchant and bringing them back to the store. I think that's really cool. Other ones that I see a lot, but just like repeat customer kind of email series, like if they keep buying, I mean, it's the going saying is interesting that, it's easier to maintain your existing customers and enjoy the lifetime value out of your existing customers than it is kind of acquiring new customers. And so does Omnichannel kind of work in that realm too, about how we can cultivate and kind of nurture repeat customers?
Yeah, absolutely. So, it might be some different sequences based on segmentation. So segment might be done by, for example, if there is Steve who have bought once, so start sending this with the sequence. If Steve is a VIP customer and has already bought for 10th time in, let's say, 1 year, so you can do another sequence and like treat him as a VIP customer and tell him that, okay, Steve, you are really a VIP customer, we appreciate that, and therefore we're giving you some some great offer, maybe inviting you for some offline event. Absolutely, it's a great idea to treat your customers differently based on their expenditure, I would say, on your store, and you have their loyalty.
Yeah, I was just going to mention that about the whole loyalty and kind of reward side of it too, because that would seem like an interesting way of connecting an omni-channel approach to a loyalty or rewards type solution, and how that's all connected. Is there a current solution or plans about how Omnisend can connect to a loyalty type solution?
Yeah, so now via our open API, any kind of data, including loyalty points, can be stored and can be used for segmentation. And and we have a roadmap. We have a roadmap even for this year to make some integrations for specifically like Shopify loyalty programs like Loyalty Line, Smile.io, and S Loyalty. Just to be sure that for Shopify merchants and Shopify Plus merchants, it's the most convenient way to use different solutions, which are really fit together.
Yeah, that's fantastic. Well, we're nearing the end of the show. Do you kind of have any closing comments that you'd like to share with our listeners?
Sure. So here at Omnisend, we really believe that commerce or retail has already becoming real omnichannel, but the marketing is a bit behind. As we already talked, that although online stores, they are using different channels, but they are not using it in the right way, and thinking about the customer journey on one flow of communication. So we are here. Our mission is really to help merchants to change this approach and to really start seeing entire marketing and marketing automation by different channels as one thing. And like we're really here to help smart marketers to achieve better results and like repeatable and sustainable results. And our results in past year, when we have started focusing more on those larger online stores and this omnichannel, that we have helped to increase higher open rates by 70%, to increase open rates by 70%, and what's even better, that engagement by 85%, and we have driven 4 times more orders through automation sequences comparing to bulk email campaigns. So I think it's a great proof of the right direction, and that our vision is correct, and we stick to that, and we really want to advocate it and help people to believe in this omnichannel approach and to start using it and benefiting from that, of course.
Yeah, definitely. And it's the same things I mentioned, that, I think it doesn't have to be complex. We don't have to have multiple apps running concurrently that aren't talking to each other. And I think that's the unique thing at Omnisend that I want to get across today, is that I believe that you have the right approach, that, customers are everywhere, and you have to kind of be there where they are, and to continue getting that engagement and the open rate and improving your conversion rate. It's you have to kind of be where the customers are, and sometimes they're not always opening their email. You said 17 to 20% maybe are opening and clicking through, and that could be a low number. Whereas you hear a lot about Messenger, you hear a lot about kind of Facebook and Instagram, and there's lots of interesting connections and things that are going on, and I find it great that you're giving a merchant the opportunity to kind of say, well, let's get into marketing automation through email, and then let's slowly start activating other parts of the Omnisend solution, in an effort to continue growing a brand. How can the listeners learn more about the Omnisend platform? Where can they go?
So it's definitely, as this podcast is for Shopify online store. So Shopify App Store, just visit Shopify App Store and then enter Omnisend or marketing automation. And you're going to find us a lot of great reviews there. So just explore, and you can install easily and start using it. And of course, omnisend.com. And we have a great offer for the listeners of your podcast, Steve.
Yeah, I know. We just chit-chatted before we started recording, and I massively appreciate that. I think it's really cool that you're offering 30% off for 3 months on either the standard or pro plans. And I'm going to create a redirect, and I'll put it in the show notes. So ecommercefastlane.com /Omnisend, and that will redirect to a coupon code that you can use. And it's certainly worth giving the solution a try. I really feel that you're not necessarily the first or last to market when it comes to this, but the size of the e-commerce ecosystem and the amount of merchants that are out there, I really feel that it's time for people to at least have a look at your solution and at least have them come to the table and see what you're all about. We don't necessarily have to always go to the usual suspects of other legacy marketing platforms that are out there. There are some great solutions, no doubt, that are out there. But I also feel that the reason why I wanted to have you on the show today is because I feel that you are leading edge by kind of putting a lot of the omnichannel approach into one solution. And, and then being so kind to offer this 30% discount for the first 3 months is excellent. I really appreciate that.
hopefully it will help, customers to explore and start benefiting from Omnisend.
Yeah, you can only find out by trying it out, and it's really simple. Right in your admin, go to the App Store, look up Omnisend, and add it to your store, and it's a pretty straightforward process. So
or you can just request a demo, and our account managers will gladly help you and show what are the benefits of Omnisend. So.
Beautiful. And then if you choose to kind of use the Omnisend solution, then I guess we can do some kind of an onboarding and kind of migrate over existing lists and kind of help kind of get things set up.
For sure.
Okay, beautiful. Well, Rytis, thank you so much for coming on the show today.
Thanks, Steve, for inviting me.
All right. Have yourself a great day.
Likewise. Thanks.
I hope you enjoyed my conversation today with Rytis from Omnisend. After recording this episode, it was clear to me that in order to generate more revenue, it all begins with kind of understanding your customer shopping behavior. I love the fact that Omnisend kind of connects the dots and provides actionable data kind of based on your customers' attributes and browsing behavior and kind of interactions with your Shopify store. Now, you likely have an email solution connected to your store at the moment and potentially other marketing apps. So this is likely a great time to have a look at Omnisend and see how affordable and extremely powerful this platform actually is. So check them out, omnisend.com, or you can go to the Shopify App Store and get a free trial. And don't forget the 30% off coupon is Fastlane if you choose to get one of their paid plans. Well, thanks again for taking time out of your busy day today and listening to the show. I truly appreciate you and your desire to level up your skills and your knowledge in your entrepreneurial journey with commerce powered by Shopify. Enjoy the rest of your week and take care.